We've all been there. This one says, I can't work a 9 to 5 job. Feels like I'm dying.
I can't work a 9 to 5 job. Anytime I've ever tried, I started to legitimately lose my mind. Like, I've worked so many different types of jobs. I've worked at U-Haul before. I've worked at a call center. I've worked from home. I've done sales. I've done customer service. I've done real estate. I've done food service jobs, retail. I've done it all. Like, I've worked so many different types of jobs. Sometimes this job I might last 9 months. This one 2 weeks, 3 months here, one day here. I've never lasted at a job longer than 1 year.
Damn.
I just can't do it. I legitimately can't do it. And anytime I've ever tried to express this feeling to people,
I feel like we've all done that. There's nothing special about this. I feel like when you're young, which this guy seems kind of young, we've all done that. We've all worked fast food restaurants. We've all worked at I don't know, doing I've never worked delivering pizzas, but some people delivering pizzas, other people doing I've never worked at FedEx, but other people working at FedEx for delivering mail or a bunch of stuff. I've also done a bunch of stuff, restaurants, bunch of different restaurants, worked at factories. I've worked at places where you load up trucks and they take it to I don't know, supermarkets or whatever. We've all done that. I feel like at some point we do feel like I can't do this. And then you start kind of getting it into your head that maybe I'm better than this. Maybe I don't need a 9 to 5 job. I'm a G. I don't have to do this. I'm I'm s- I'm way smarter than all these people. And yeah, you might be. You might have a lot of knowledge. Like you might be good in school. Doesn't necessarily is gonna get you to get paid a lot. Because remember, Einstein was one of the smartest people or men in the whole world, and he died poor. Nikola Tesla did too. So smartness doesn't get you're not gonna make a lot of money just because you're smart or whatever. But I feel like where he's going or where I would go is like you get to this point where you think like, man, I'm tired of this. I just gotta go start a business. Or I'm gonna tell one of my friends, yo, bro, we gotta start a business. Let's do this. You have this plan, and then you write it all up in your head because you can't even write it all up in a piece of paper. You're too lazy to do it. And then you want to start a business and you never get it done. And then you quit your job. Now you don't have a job because you thought you were better than a 9 to 5. Then what do? You had a good pay, you build up all this pay. Maybe you started at 20, now you're at 22 or 25, whatever. You quit this job because you thought you were better than that. Now you gotta start all over. And I'm not saying don't go out and don't start a business or whatever. If you're a go getter, go do it. But 99% of people, they're not gonna pull it off. They don't got if you don't have the discipline to be at a job and then and then at the same time get home and start your business or work on a business, I feel like you're honestly not gonna make it if you just completely quit your job because you're not gonna have no income. You're gonna be pressured. You're gonna be thinking about money. And instead of thinking about the business that you were gonna build with your friend or by yourself or whatever, you're not gonna be able to do it because you're gonna be stressed as hell.
that jobs aren't for me, people look at me crazy, like I'm lazy and like I need to suck it
Oh
up.
wait, sorry, I'm gonna pause it again. And by the way, I have not watched this video. I'm just saying it out of like everything that I just said was because obviously when I was younger, and I bet many people too have felt this way or said what I just said, that you're better than a 9 to 5 and you can go do all this, all that, keep going back, then you leave again. So I think that's where he's going, but I'm not sure.
Up, and that's just life. Newsflash, that's not just fucking life. If it was just life, there wouldn't be people who are doing whatever they want to do all the time. There wouldn't be the rich people. There wouldn't be people who are
You know what I mean?
free. I feel like so many people are stuck. They're in like this box. I don't want to use the word matrix because I'm not trying to be cringe like Andrew Tate. Speaking of him, I just want to go on a little rant real quick. I'll see people online like him who say life isn't about being happy. Life isn't about like enjoying what you want to do and it's just work, work, work. It's just grind and the fuck? This isn't like caveman days where you're just doing shit just to do it. Like, we live in a time where you have the ability to love what you do and be able to actually make it work. Why would I want to do something I don't like? Why would I want to hate my life? Somebody could give me
News flash, because people don't have the discipline. You might want to do something and you have fucking ADHD, you're not gonna do it. You're not, or sometimes it's just that. Maybe it's not that you're not disciplined. Sometimes maybe that you just can't focus and do things. I've heard of some people, trust me, I've heard of some people. I used to not believe in this whole ADHD thing, but I've heard of some people that got diagnosed and I was like, bullshit, whatever. You don't have ADHD, ADHD. And then they get medicated and then they're completely different people. And I've thought about it too. I'm like, we all self-diagnose ourselves because sometimes you, or I'm talking about myself, sometimes I don't do things. I need to do things and I don't get it done. And I'm like, damn, it's that goddamn ADHD. I blame it on that thing. We all blame it on, we do something and we all blame it on self-diagnosis, something that we have. But for real, I've heard of some people that have it or that have been diagnosed and then they get medicated and then all of a sudden they're doing stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's because it's like you kind of turn into a tweaker. I mean, it's if you actually think about it, it's like a little bit of meth in there. Maybe that's why a lot of these people that are medicated on that, all of a sudden doing things because you can't stop. You just can't stop, and now you want to do things. But to this guy's point, yeah, like not everybody can do what they love. I feel like first you got to take care of this whole 9 to 5 thing, or actually having some money, and then going and doing what you love. How the hell are you gonna go travel the world? Islands, you can't. I want to go do it. I want to do what I love. I love doing that. I love eating good steaks. I love going out, drinking some good wine with a good steak, with a good beer, with the I don't know. I feel like I was starting to rap right there, but I can't because I gotta go to work. I gotta get the money, or you have to, like I'm saying, start a business, which a lot of people can't. And then you gotta focus on, okay, what do I love? What am I gonna do?
$500,000 and say, here, work this 9 to 5 job for the next 60 years. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because it's not about the money for me. It's never been about the money. I want freedom. I want happiness. That's what this shit is all about. Why would I want to make my life miserable and spend 70% of my life at a job? I even hated school. Like as a kid, I remember starting school, whether it was at 7 a.m. or at 8 a.m., 6 a.m., leaving at 3, 4, 5, whatever. And I'm looking around and I'm like, does anybody else not see how crazy this is? Like, what are we actually doing right now? I'm learning about this bullshit that I know won't matter. And when I ask the teacher, when am I going to use this in real life, they can't give me an answer. I knew it was bullshit from the beginning, but it was like I was a kid and all I have to do is get the grades or else I'm going to get in trouble at home. That's what life was. So now as an adult who's able to finally make decisions, I'm looking at the cycle basically repeat itself. Where instead of it being school, it's work. And people are like, just do it. Anytime I try to tell people I can't work a job, they don't understand where I'm coming from. I'm not doing it. Fuck a job. I can't do it. I've tried anything and
And this is what I'm saying. Like that's where this whole thing leads to. Like, oh, I can't do the job. Like I know we're doing something wrong. I don't these doesn't everybody see this? Like everybody thinks that they're in some freaking world where they got it all figured out and nobody else got it figured out. They all think that everybody just wants to work at a boring ass job. Like no, dude. Some people just got shit to pay and they can't live with their parents or some have somebody pay for their bills and be like, I can't, I just can't work a goddamn job. I'm different. I'm different, bro. Doesn't everybody see that we're not supposed to be doing this? It's like, no, dude, we got shit to pay. People got car bills, they got rent, they got food. Some people got kids. Some people got to buy food for their kids, car seats, or stuff for the kids to distract them so they know that their parents are not stressed out. Like people got shit to pay. And I feel like him, He's got his whole life ahead of them, and then later you find these people making some videos, which I've done some, that say like, I'm 35 years old, I have no job, I recently got fired, I have no savings, and I don't know what to do, because you thought that you could go and go party or go have fun or go spend all your money because you were still young and you get to enjoy your 20s. It's like a lot of people say, enjoy your 20s because you're going to get older. And I feel like it should be the opposite. You should work when you're in your 20s and enjoy your 40s or 50s. Because if you do it the other way around, you can work and then quit your jobs like this guy. But I'm not saying to quit your job like this guy. You can quit and then get rehired because a lot of companies just want to hire young people. But the opposite is not the same. When you're 40s and 50s, a lot of people see you like, maybe I can hire somebody younger. I could do the job faster, and maybe not gonna get injured or whatever. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, things flip without you even realizing they're flipping. Sometimes you wake up at 35 and you're like, holy shit.
Everything to make it work. I've tried drugs like antidepressants and ADHD meds. It doesn't matter. Trying to make myself normal, right? Trying
Well,
to
I guess it
make
didn't
sure
work
I
for
can
him.
just work the job like everybody else. No. I need to accept that this is who I am, right? And that's fine. And I shouldn't feel guilty about this is who I am. I shouldn't feel guilty about that. Like, okay, you can work your regular job and you can be fine with it. Not me. Not me. I don't care. I live alone. I have bills, right? I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my car insurance. I have to pay my credit card bills. I have so many bills. But I'd rather be uncertain about where my money's going to come from than have to work a job that I hate. It doesn't matter. I don't care about the money. I want autonomy over who I am. A great example is my last job. I just quit my last job. I started my new job like a month ago, and it was working fine. I was, telling my parents about it, having conversations with my dad. Everybody was saying like, "Yeah, this is finally good. Like you're finally like going somewhere and you're doing something." And I was like, "It's whatever." And then I'm working there, and like I'm starting to like just get the feelings that I always get when I have a job, where it's just like, "Ugh, I don't want to go to work." And it's like when I get off of work, I have no energy left, and I'm dreading like bedtime because I know as soon as I wake up, I have to get right back in front of my computer and begin working on dumb shit again. It was a sales job, so I'm sitting here calling people.
Bro, this guy, oh my God. This guy worked from home. It's not even like he's got to wake up, dress up, take a shower, make food or whatever for his lunch, and go somewhere. Like, this guy's got what most people want. Like, I wish I could just wake up, not even fucking. This guy doesn't even have to. He doesn't even have to put anything on. He could just go and do whatever he has to do on his computer, and he still can't do it. I mean, yeah, I was wrong about maybe he doesn't live with his parents. Good, but how could you just live by yourself knowing that you got all these bills to pay and just be like, I'm just gonna quit my job? I mean, if you have savings, yeah, go ahead, go do it. But I don't. I feel like it's not always like that, especially right now, 2025. It's like everybody's getting fired. Nobody could find a job. Shit's through the roof. It's expensive. Everything is so expensive. You can't even buy a car because they're trying to give you a 12, 24%. It's like you're buying a car and you're confused. Is this a car or is this a credit card? Like, interest rates are through the roof. But this guy's over here like, yeah, I just got to wake up and I don't want to go sit right on the other side of my bed. Can't even do that.
People on the phone, and my manager is nitpicking and micromanaging and telling me what I can and can't do, and I I can't do that. I can't have somebody telling me what to do. So that anger was just building up, and I just said fuck this. I finished my shift that day and I just stopped showing up.
Oh my.
And my manager was like emailing me, sending me messages like, "Where are you? Like, did you put your PTO in? Did you request time off? Fuck you." Like, that just reinforced my idea of why am I allowing somebody else to be in control of my life? Like, this dude, who I don't even know, is literally texting me saying, "Where are you at? You're supposed to be in work. You're supposed to." I'm not supposed to, nothing. I'm not supposed to do anything. Like, I refuse to be told what to do. I refuse to be at the mercy of another person. I can't do it. I won't do it. That's not why I was put on this earth. I feel like I'm different for a reason.
Different.
And I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm the chosen one or anything, but I legitimately feel like there's a reason I am
Crazy.
who I am. Like, look around. There's people who are in the Olympics, people who are famous streamers, people who are in the NBA, people who are musicians, people who are models. These people don't work regular jobs. These people,
Why do you think it's like the 1% of like the whole world? Because these people are special. These people have been doing this since they were like 3. Cristiano Ronaldo probably came out of his mom's kicking a ball. Like this guy doesn't know that there's, yeah, I understand you can learn certain things with, well, practice and practice and practice, but there's a lot of people that don't do it. And especially if someone's in a situation like this where you're working, you don't like your jobs, you obviously don't have a talent, or else you would be doing it. Because the whole point in with this video is that what I was trying to say at the beginning. Sometimes people feel like, oh, it's because I'm different or I'm special or whatever. And we try to say like, no, it's because I'm not trying to say that I'm special, but deep down inside, everybody, or some people, I'm not going to say everybody, because there's a lot of people that go to work and they do what they have to do. This guy complains about being at home. I was just thinking when he was saying that, I was thinking about there's like construction workers out there. They're literally building roads in the middle of the road. They can't even go to the bathroom, bro. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go take a quick nap, or I'm gonna go take a quick break and go to the kitchen and grab my favorite drink or soda or whatever. Like these guys have to carry a backpack while they're like stamping the road or building a freaking road. People that work in a bunch of other places building buildings, they can't even go to the bathroom, bro. They can't even answer a phone call because their hands are full of like cement or paint or whatever. This guy's got it good. He just doesn't even know it.
were molded for something specific. And I feel like people who feel like this, people who feel like me, I feel like you are one of those people. You're one of those people who could become something so special with the gifts that you have, and naturally your body is telling you that you're not meant for the ordinary, and so many people just give in. So many people just follow the script of what's already written for them, the blueprint of life, where you're just supposed to get good grades, where you're just supposed to get into college and go live on campus and get into debt, and you're just supposed to get that job, and you're just supposed to marry that girl and start this family, and you're just supposed to live at your in your hometown forever, and you're just supposed to retire at 75. I refuse. And I feel like a lot of other people, they know this, but they can't make that leap. They can't make that step because most people are one decision away from their lives changing forever. And I've seen it firsthand.
Is
I've
it is
been
it just
somebody
me, or does it seem like this guy's been consuming too many like motivational videos or motivational self talk? Like it just seems like he's gonna say something. Like if you think about or hear him out, kind of just know what he's gonna say. Like you just, if you feel this certain way, there's something inside of your body, and you feel like there's a calling. Like we're different, and I bet there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments of his video that are gonna be like, "Yeah, bro, I feel like that too. I feel different. I feel like I hate my job." Are you saying that if I hate my job and that I don't want to work a 9 to 5, I'm special? Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, it's just like we all feel like that. We're not special, bro. Like everybody feels like that. Everybody feels like you could do what all of these fucking famous people can do, but nobody does it. Why does nobody do it? Because it's fucking hard.
who has had it all and lost it all. And I know how to get to the top of that mountain, and this time I just won't lose it. Most of you probably don't know who I am, but like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I had a large following on TikTok. I was making money. I had fans. I had people who loved me, and I threw it all away. And a part of me regrets it, but a part of me knows that Like at that time, that was the right decision because it just wasn't right for me. It didn't feel right. I listened to what my body felt, you know. Um, so I know it's possible. I know if I set my eyes on something that I know I want to do, I know it's possible to get to that mountaintop. I just have to know how to maintain it. So I know that people are legitimately one decision away from their lives changing forever, but they can't make that decision. I feel like you have to go all in because me personally, I'd rather die than work a 9 to 5 job. I can't do it. I'd rather die. Like it's just not worth doing. I legitimately start to get so depressed and I start to lose my mind and nothing in life is enjoyable anymore. And I start to dread just existing. And I feel like if you have that feeling, instead of saying there's something wrong with me and I need therapy, or there's something wrong with me and I need a drug, or there's something wrong with me, maybe there's nothing wrong with you, but you're just doing the wrong things. Maybe you just shouldn't be working that job. Maybe you shouldn't be going down this life path. And I feel like you have to step outside of what everybody else is doing. Fuck society.
And if everybody steps outside of what everybody's doing, then everybody's doing the same thing. Anyways, like everybody, I feel like I'm not saying I'm not against doing what you love, not against doing following your dreams. I'm just saying that if you start falling into this idea of like these gurus tell you on, like he mentioned Andrew Tate. Obviously, he's probably listening to Andrew Tate, even though he's gonna say I don't want to sound like Andrew Tate. He's probably listening to him, but it just kind of makes you fall into this idea where like you think everything is so easy that you start kind of like you start letting go of the stuff that you actually need to do. Like what this is what I'm saying. Like you need to be responsible. You need to have like an income, especially if you have family. I know when you're young, probably you can mess up. You can have these thoughts. You can not work. You can do whatever you want, but it does catch up. Like you're in your 20's. Let me just tell you, it does catch up. And if you're in your 30's, you're probably feeling it right now. You're successful, probably out traveling, not watching YouTube. But if you're not, you know, like this shit catches up, and then you kind of get to your 30's, 35's, whatever. And if you're not where you wanted to be, you're kind of like shit. Like I should have not felt, or I should have gotten my shit together when I was younger, stayed at this job, saved up some money, and then went to go travel. Yeah, you could do that. But if you just keep going from job to job to job to job, thinking that you're special, thinking that you could do all these things, then you're never going to be able to do whatever you want.
Fuck the expectations. Fuck people who are telling you what you can and can't do or what you should do if it's not meant for you. You know what's meant for you. You know what feels natural. But a lot of people don't feel like it's possible. It is possible, especially with the internet. This isn't 1975 where unless your dad is a millionaire or you're a nepo baby, then that's the only way you'll make it far. And you every other person has to go to school and just get a regular job and right. I get it. Back then it made sense, but today we live in a time where the internet births the most amazing people that we would have never seen before. Somebody could just post a TikTok online of them lip syncing to a video, some music video, and some modeling agency sees it, and their life has changed forever.
This
Somebody,
is the problem. This is the problem. It's really Instagram and TikTok and all this. They sell you this goddamn dream that you can post one video and go viral. They sell you this dream that you don't have to have like anything special about you to do anything. You just gotta post a video, and you just gotta post a lot of videos. One of them is gonna go viral. It doesn't work like that. Like these people are special. Like these people went viral, and not just that, but they kept it up. They didn't lose it, or they just didn't let it go. They kept that shit up because they're special. They kept being special. They kept creating. They kept making good videos after good video, and then they stayed relevant. And that's how they became this one night like success or whatever, or overnight success. That's how these people blow up. Yeah, I'm not saying everybody can post. You can post on Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, you know, everybody has gotten millions of views, posted videos too, millions and millions of views. And that doesn't mean that I'm just gonna be this famous freaking person, or somebody's gonna say, "Hey, we see that you have millions of views." No, you're not consistent. Nothing's gonna happen if you just keep quitting everything that you do. Nothing's gonna happen. So it doesn't. So yeah, it doesn't work like that. I understand that all of these people sell you this stuff, which post on social media is the thing, and I understand. Yeah, the internet changed everything. The internet gave us opportunities that we've never seen before. For you to sell something on Facebook, sell a shirt, sell this, it's easy. It made things way easier. But from where this guy is looking at the world of like, I'm gonna just be famous like everybody else. That's where I'm striving. Well, I mean, you still got to put in the work. He's saying like you could just post one video, and then this agency is gonna contact you. No, this person's probably been posting videos for like a whole year, and you probably just seen him that one time, and then now after that you saw him in this agency modeling, or now you saw him in $1 million deal. You're like, holy shit, I this guy didn't have anything and now he has everything. That's why we see this overnight success. But this person's probably been working on how to like craft this beautiful freaking thing, and now he's understood it for a whole freaking year or 2 years. He's mastered it, and now he just keeps on doing it. He just didn't stop there. He kept on going.
Anybody could decide, I'm going to go start this clothing company. I'm going to go market it and promote it on these social media pages, and their life could change forever. We live in a time where you could legitimately do whatever you want to do if you just know what it is and stick to it. So fuck a job if it's not meant for you. That's all I got to say, bro. That's all I got to say. Just like decision.
Okay, that's it. This was, I mean, this was a good video. Honestly, I feel like in a way it opens everybody's eyes to like everybody's different ideas. Everybody does have different ideas, and I understand. But there's some ideas that you have to unmarry, because I feel like the human mind, I feel like the human mind is just like made up a bunch of ideas from a bunch of people, either people or things that you watch online. We're just all a big idea. And sometimes you just got to let go of some ideas so you can kind of like get new ideas, marry new ideas that are better for you. And the longer you stay on those sick ideas, those bad ideas, is going to guide you through that bad path. And if you see it that way, that you're just a construction of a bunch of ideas, I feel like it will be easier for you to have like an open mind. Just be like, I'm just going to let go of that idea. You know, like I've had that idea for 5 years, and that idea hasn't been working. And now I'm just gonna unmarry that idea. I'm just gonna let it go. It's not hasn't been working. It hasn't been working for me for my life or anything. I'm just get another idea. Maybe look at somebody else's perspective on life or whatever, and then just kind of. I'm not saying marry their ideas, but I'm saying like listen to them, and maybe I don't know. It's gonna change the way you think. You're gonna be like, hey, maybe that is true. Maybe I've been thinking about this the whole. I've been thinking about it the wrong way. Maybe me being careless and not looking for a job or quitting my job when I can't, maybe it's not the right thing. Maybe if I do want to go travel, or if I want to do what I love, maybe I have to have my shit in place. I have to have my priorities straight, which is if I want to say travel or get a new car or whatever, I need to get that money from somewhere. And if it's having a job first and then building a business, then that's what you got to do. But I guess that's it for today. Good video. See you guys later.